Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rahak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations. Much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. Now, this lesson is going to be dealing with feeding the spirit. The most important thing that we can do in this truth on a consistent basis is feed the spirit, because the more we're in the spirit, the closer we are to the Most High and the closer we are to Yahweh Shai. Now, the flesh is constantly warring against the spirit, so it's not as easy as to just say it. But the thing with feeding the spirit is the more that you feed it, the more that you desire to be in the spirit, the more that you are in the spirit, the more that you stray away from the flesh and are able to control your lusts. That's where you get the word lasciviousness from, means what? Unbridled lust. When you feed into the spirit, you bridle your lusts. And there's many different ways to do so. You know, whether it's reading, whether it's fasting, okay, whether it's changing your diet, okay, even to a good diet like how Daniel had, a particular type Daniel fast where he was eating pulse and strayed away from meat. You know, eating too much meat could put a carnal spirit on you. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to get Galatians 5. I'll start at verse 16. It says, This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. But if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are under the law. Ye are not under the law, okay? Meaning you're not going to be judged by the law of Moses as long as you're walking in the Spirit. Now, the thing with this society is that Esau arms the flesh, okay? He continually feeds the flesh in the society. This is what the society is based on. Everywhere you look in the society, it's really building up the flesh and suppressing the spirit. So we're in a very, very perilous times. We're in very destructive times. Okay? It says, now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery. Okay? Tell me adultery is not promoted in this place. All right? Everywhere you look, you see women with yoga pants on, fat booties and yoga pants. All right? Pom-pom shorts, the shorts that are so short you can see the butt cheeks hanging out. This is just normal. Especially in the city I'm in, Montreal. Oh my goodness, when you see the type of women that are out here in this city, trust me, okay, these things are all in your face. And it's funny because the women that are easy to get, the women that are the easiest to get, are the women that have men, or that have husbands. Those are the ones that are the most open. But then the ones that are single, I'm not looking. You understand what I'm saying? This is how it is. Okay? This is a sick, evil place that we live in. Okay? Fornication. Okay? That can also go into spiritual fornication, which is dealing with, other philosophies. There's all manner of crazy philosophies out here. All right? So uncleanness, lasciviousness, which, like I said before, that means unbridled lust. Okay? Matter of fact, let's look up the word lasciviousness. Okay, let's go to the Greek word. Aselagia, and it says unbridled lust, excess. Okay, licentiousness, lasciviousness, wantonness, outrageousness, shamelessness, insolence. Okay, these are things that you know, that we have to work on, speaking to myself first and foremost. Excess, man. There's something called excess. There's nothing wrong with drinking wine. There's nothing wrong with drinking liquor. But there's something wrong with drinking it in excess. Right? There's nothing wrong with laying with a woman, but there's a problem with laying with women or a woman in excess. You don't want to constantly be unclean, constantly be busting nuts. Okay? Right? There's a thing of eating meat in excess and eating in general in excess. These things we have to restrain from. And there's different things that brothers specifically have, particular vices, if you will, particular things that a brother does more than other things. A brother's problem might not be women. It might not be drinking, but it might be something else, right? So you have to know what that thing is for you, all right, and try to control it, right? If you can't restrain from it for a week, then guess what? You are addicted, okay? You're addicted. So there's times where we have to take breaks from different things, okay? It says idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, right? Meaning what arguments amongst brothers. Sometimes you argue with that's of the flesh. You got different arguments that goes on amongst brethren, and because a brother doesn't want to humble down or whatever the case may be. These things all come from the flesh. Whatever the case is, it comes from the flesh. Or a brother's being petty, or he's being overly sensitive. That comes from the flesh. Okay. Emulations. Let's look up the word emulations. Try to look it up all the time, but sometimes I forget. It says zelos. I believe that goes into jealousy. Zelos. Zeal, envying, right? Envying, indignation, envy, fervent mind, jealousy, emulation, right? You shouldn't be jealous of what another brother has. You shouldn't be envying another brother. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. If a brother, guess what? If a brother has a nice car, well, good for that brother. I'm happy for my brother. I'm happy for that brother. That brother has a nice woman. I'm happy for that brother. I'm glad the brother found him a nice woman. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? Brother gets a nice chain. I'm happy for that brother. Brother has a nice watch with the diamonds inside. I'm happy for that brother. Okay? Because that's my brother, and I'm supposed to want the same thing for him as I want for myself. So that whole mindset is carnal. Okay? And wicked. All right? Wrath, meaning you can't control your anger. Right? You have to be able to control your anger. You have to be able, or the Lord is not the Lord long suffering. It's not your heavenly Father, Yahweh himself, the supreme power. Is he not long suffering? Well, there's a scripture that says pride was not made for man. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Oh, matter of fact, I can just open this up. Okay. Oh gosh. Every time you're trying to find something, man. Hold on, give me a second, man. Let's come here. Okay, Sirach. Okay, Ecclesiasticus 10 and 18. And it says, pride was not made for men, nor furious anger for them that are born of women. Now, furious anger would go into wrath. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? So we have to be able to control even our anger, although we are chaste in the spirit. When you read about King David's men, they were chaste, and we are very chaste. Me, myself, I am very, very chaste. I'm very aggravated. Yo, brother, trust me, bro. People, I'm known for cursing certain people out, you know, that I work around. Like, listen, man, I just get aggravated, bro. I get aggravated with certain things, and in a particular field I'm in, you got to have tough skin. You got to kind of, you're dealing with a lot of monsters, you know, a lot of gremlins. Ah, man, where's that word? Chafe in the spirit. Chaffed. Give me a second, man. All right, dealing with a lot of gremlins, so you got to you can't show weakness, man. Me sometimes, man, they do some things that are so stupid. Chief. Give me a second. Please bear with me. Please bear with me. My goodness. David. Give me a second, please. Oh my goodness, man. I know that you know your father. I know we're speaking of his father. I can't believe I can't find that right now. I can't believe that. Okay, beautiful. Okay, there we go. And then I spell it like that. Maybe I made a mistake. Probably put two F's instead of Salakia. Oh my goodness gracious, man. I really hate when things don't just flow, man. I love it when things flow, you know. I know Jake has a short attention span too. This is 2 Samuel 17 and verse 8, okay? Now this is speaking to the son of David who was looking to I believe he was looking to. No, this was the son is speaking about Absalom. Yep, when he was looking to fight against David, right? And he was seeking counsel. Okay, this is 2 Samuel 17:7. It said, and Hushai said unto Absalom, the counsel that Ahithophel hath given is not good at this time, for said Hushai, thou knowest thy father and his men, that they be mighty men, and they be chafed in their minds, as a bear robbed of her whelps in the field. How is a bear robbed? How is a bear robbed of her whelps, meaning her whelps are dead or stolen or whatever? How is that she bear gonna feel? She's going to be very aggravated. You come around her, or you make a noise she doesn't like, she will tear you to pieces. This is how King David and his men were. They were not men that you came around to play the jester. These are not men that were looking to hear a joke. Okay? These were men that were very serious minded. And you had to be that to be a warrior. Okay? And thy father is a man of war and will not lodge with the people. Okay? So matter of fact, let's look up this word chafe. Like I said, let's look up the word chafe. Is that it? Or is this it? Let's see here. Okay. Mar, right, which Mar goes into the word bitter, right? Bitter. So they're bitter in the spirit. Okay? Very bitter in the spirit. All right? Discontented, heavy. Okay? You understand? You understand? So they were not men that had a smile on their face. They didn't constantly have a smile on their face. They had a scowl on their face, if you will, man. Okay? A very serious look. Yes, yeah, and trust me. Guess what? I always had that serious look. I always had a serious look. Even in high school, I had a serious look. An angry look on my face. Even in high school, I was known for that. Okay? But how much more in this truth? To the point I'm trying to actually kind of control that, because I know it throws people off a lot. I'm trying to actually, trying to loosen up my face a bit, but I can't help it, man. But I have a serious look on my face because guess what? This kingdom is an evil, wicked kingdom. These people are evil and wicked. All right? And what? There's a bitterness inside of us because of this damn place. Matter of fact, and another thing, the word America, amargo, means bitter. Okay, and that's a bitter place to live in. You couldn't pay me to live in Babylon the Great, man. You Babylonian brothers, man. Hey, man, I gotta send up prayers for you, man, because that's a terrible place to live. But anyways, let's get to Salakia. That's not even what I wanted to do. Salakia, that's not what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was pull it up in the actual Google definition. Okay, so it says a sharpness of taste, lack of sweetness, anger. Let's get the second definition. This is what we're looking for. Anger and disappointment at being treated unfairly, or resentment. Okay, anger, disappointment, or resentment. That's bitterness. Anger, disappointment, or resentment. So you're not content, man. You're very very bitter in the spirit. Okay. So anyways, Salakia. I went somewhere else with it. Okay, but that's just to show you the mindset of the men of the Lord. Okay, and that's the mindset that King David had along with his mighty men. All right, now back to dealing with the spirit. Okay, right, back to dealing with the spirit. Okay, it says, envy. These are the things of the flesh that we're going into still. Okay, it says wrath, strife, seditions. Right, meaning trying to fight against the government, heresies, false doctrine. Okay, envyings, murders. All right, drunkenness. Right, there's a thing. Listen, like I said, drinking wine, drinking yayan, drinking alcohol is not wicked. Drinking it in excess is wicked. Okay, revelings. I mean, going to these different events that not like let's say clubbing. Okay, me personally, I don't like the places that are revelous, if that's a word. When I go out, because I do go out and drink. I do like to go out and drink. I'm mostly by myself, so I like to go to the bar, and, whatever, man. But I like to go to places where the lights are dim, where it has maybe playing jazz, maybe playing blues, or they might be playing some R&B type things. Maybe even now and then they'll throw on a bit of hip hop, but it doesn't matter. But the thing is that it's the vibe. It's like a mellow vibe to it. I like places with a mellow vibe. It says to take part in noisy festivities. See, I don't like those type of places where there's too much goddamn people, man. Those places irritate me, man. Okay, make merry. Okay, so those places actually irritate me. All right, but I like the mellow vibe. Now let's look up the word mellow. Okay, this would be like Caravana. We have a place called the Hole out here. These type of things. These or the these clubs and places like that, man. Places that's there's too much going on. It's too much people up in there. You know what I mean? Let's look up the word mellow. Let's look up the word mellow meaning. Okay, mellow means what? Smooth or soft, right? Free from harshness. Okay, softened, matured by age or experience. See, I like the grown and sexy type places, if you will. I like those places where it's very mellow. The lights are dim. There's not too much people in there. But there's just enough people. There ain't just nobody in there, because I don't like all the attention on me either. but I like there to be some people there, a couple women in there as well. All right, of course, women, we need women in there. Women bring that beautiful, great vibe, right? But at the end of the day, I don't like the places that are revelous. Okay? Drink, shot. Them type of places, man. I'm not into that. Okay? It says, and such like. It says, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in times past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, right? Love is what? The keeping of the commandments. What is love? Matter of fact, let's get that. This is love. Love is not just a feeling that you get, in your heart. Women get that feeling all the time, and they jump from man to man to man. That's not what love is. Love is an action, is tied with actions. This is 2 John 1:6. It says, and this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is the commandment, that as ye have heard from the beginning, ye should walk in it. Okay? So that's it. So we have to walk in the commandments of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, okay, in the spirit of his son Yahweh Shai. All right. It says love. These are the fruits of the spirits. Now, love, joy. Okay, we should have the joy of knowing that this time is about to be ended. This age is about to be ended, and we're entering into the kingdom. Okay, peace. We should have peace of mind, knowing the truth. The Comforter. Okay, the Comforter. All right, which is what? The Holy Spirit. Okay, long suffering, patient. That's dealing with patience, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness. All right, temperance. Right, having self-control. Having self-control and balance. You have to be able to have self-control. And like I said, every brother has their own thing that they go through, and we have to be able to control those things. We have to labor to control those things. You do that by feeding into the spirit more. Okay? Against such there is no law. And they that are Hamashiachs have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts. If we live in the spirit, let us also walk in the spirit. Let us not be desirous of vainglory, like a lot of these camps are. They're desirous of this vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another. Yeah, so we shouldn't be envying each other either. That's highly wicked, and I don't understand that. Okay, this is Galatians 6:7. It says, "Be not deceived; the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption." Yeah, the more you sow to the flesh, the more you gonna sow to the flesh, and the more you're gonna be into the flesh. All right, and the further you stray away from the Most High. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. All right, and part of sowing to the Spirit a lot of times is abstaining. Okay, to control the flesh, to tame the flesh. Okay, Yahushua fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. You think he felt the same as before he fasted? No, you know there was a spiritual boost. Okay, and let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. And everyone who does long periods of fasting, they feel more balanced. They feel more in tune with the earth. It's a very much a spiritual thing to do. Okay, that fasting. Okay, very, very spiritual. Okay, this is Romans 8:1. It says, there is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Hamashiach Yahushai, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. So there's no condemnation to those that are walking in the Spirit. Does that mean every second of every day you're not going to do anything that's carnal? Of course not. You're in the flesh. But your overall being is in the Spirit. Your overall habits are what? In the Spirit. It's all about habits. That's likened unto what you're putting on as a garment is your habits. Okay? For the law of the Spirit of life in Hamashiach Yahushua hath made me free from the law of sin and death. Okay, and you could use brothers, use each other's services, build up each other. The scriptures say to exhort one another. Okay, so you know, iron sharpeneth iron. You know, maybe do a challenge of abstaining from this, abstaining from that. That's what I do. That's what we do out here. Okay, it's a good thing to do, because us being men of integrity, Lord willing, we're men of integrity. If you believe in Yahweh Shai for real, you're a man of integrity. You have integrity. Okay? When we do it with somebody else, just for the sake of knowing that our brother's doing it, you know, we're gonna stick with it. You know? If we just make the challenge to ourselves, it's easier to break it. You know, but if you say, okay, brother, we're gonna do this for 3 days or 2 days or whatever, or 1 day or whatever, then it's easier to stick with it. Like, oh no, my brother's doing it, so I gotta do it. I don't want to be a hypocrite. All right. So hey, use each other, use the brotherhood. You know, if you have blessed to have access to it. So anyways, with that, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect, and I'll say shalom.